Hello everybody, and welcome back to Games for Dads. Okay, we're carrying on with our new player season, and this is, I would recommend, probably the first deck you should try and build. It's a game developer's deck with no mythics, no limited legendaries, and it is absolutely awesome. And the good thing about this deck is you can invest some coins and gems that you get early on, and then slowly you can start to update some of the cards in this deck to some better ones, maybe some limited legendaries or mythics as you progress through the game. And this deck will see you through for a long time. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to build the deck so you can see how we build the deck. But first of all, I'll just show you where these game developer cards are. If you go into science and go down to game dev, there we go. And let's just move that out of the way. Where that eye is, if you click on that, in a few weeks, in fact on the 17th of March, you will be able to buy directly a game developer pack. So that's going to be a really easy way for you to get all these cards. There's only 15 of them, and you don't actually need, 14 of them, and you don't need all 14 of them in the deck. So let's go and check out this deck. Let's go and build it together. So let's go back to game developers. We've clicked on a new deck. So director, on the return, your game developer cards, wherever they are, cost -1. We want that one. Producer, your game dev cards in hand gain +10 this turn. That's a good card to hold. Next card is a data analyst. Your director card, wherever it is, costs -4 energy until played. And on the play, your game dev cards, wherever they are, worth 50 or more base power, gain +20 this round. Definitely worth putting that one in. So that's the third card you're going to put in. Data analyst. Next card, let's have a look at this one. Back-end engineer. This is another start card or a hold card. So you want to hold these cards for as long as you can, but don't be scared to play them. You can play them whenever you want, basically. Back-end engineer, he's an epic only. And on the start, if you're losing the round, your game dev cards, wherever they are, gain +11 for 3 turns. So you're going to be buffing up those green cards nicely with back-end engineer. Next card in the list, put that one in, is game designer. Cool card, this one. Legendary, only a normal legendary, so it should be pretty easy to get. 7 for 61, pretty powerful as well. Don't forget the blue number is the energy cost. The pinky ready number is the power or the attack. On the draw, for every unique album in your deck, your game dev cards, wherever they are, gain +5 until played. And the cool thing with this deck is you have got a card from every single album. And we'll look at the coloured cards later on. The green cards you want to keep. And as you get newer cards, you can change any of the colour cards that we'll look at very shortly. Okay, let's put the game designer into the deck. Sound designer, 1 for 9, not very powerful this one, and not very good really. On the draw, your musically minded and instrumental cards in hand gain +10 until played, and on the play, your narrative designer card in hand gains +30 this turn. So ignore him, you don't need that one. Let's leave him out of the deck. Moving on, the community manager. I'm guessing that's Avid Joe, 7 for 65. On the play, for every non-game dev card in your deck, your game dev cards, wherever they are, gain +2 permanently. That is definitely worth putting in this deck, so we're going to add him in. Click on that card, you get the green little arrow. There we go. Technical artist. On the draw, for every game dev card in your hand, your opponent loses -6 power this turn. Quite a cool card. Let's put that one in as well. Let's click on that one. So far we've only left one of the game dev's cards out. We will leave a few more out, like this one. This one you don't really want. On the draw, your paper card. Actually, you do want this one, I'm lying. On the draw, your paper card, wherever it is, gains +30 permanently. On the play, for every non-game dev card in your hand, your game dev cards, wherever they are, gain +40 permanently. If you can get a good rotation with that, he is going to add quite a few permanent points to your greenie cards. So let's put him in. Artist is included. He nearly got eliminated. Narrative designer. Interesting title. 4 for 41. On the draw, you're the right stuff and wonders of world cards in hand gain +10 until played. And on the play, your sound designer card in hand gains +40 this turn. Definitely don't want him, so ignore that one. Let's move on. Programmer. 6 for 45. On the play, if your deck has 4 or more game dev cards, which it does, your game dev cards, wherever they are, gain +9 until played. Repeat if your deck contains 8 or more game dev cards, and repeat again if it contains 12. We're not going to get 12, I don't think, but we are going to get 8 or more, I should say. Animator If you've played Animator this game, so you want to get him around a few times, your game dev cards, wherever they are, gain 20 this round. Good card. And on the return, your Artist and Technical Artist card. We've got 2 artists. I've never realised that before. Wherever they are, gain plus 10 permanently. Good card, that one. Should we put him in or should we leave him? Let's put him in. Okay, so there you go. We've got 10 at the moment. And we've still got space for a few more. There are a couple more game dev cards. Let's go and have a look at them. So we're going to end up with 12, which is perfect. QA. On the play if your deck has one or more bugs card, which we're going to put in. Your bugs card, wherever they are, lose minus 100 permanently. Don't worry about that too much. And your game dev cards, wherever they are, gain plus 15 until played. So you're going to lose 100 on your bug and gain 150 across your green cards. Definitely worth it. And the star of the show, the content manager, 7 for 68. On the play for every game dev card you have played this game up to a maximum of 12, this card gains plus 8 this turn. So those are all the green cards. We're now going to go and pick some coloured cards from different albums. So we've got 6 boxes left. We can pick one from each album. And these 6 you can kind of change really with the cards you've got. And what I'm going to do is the first one I would recommend, I know you're going to have this one, is the Flying Cloud. 5 for 0, but when you play him you get 100 permanently. Really good card. This deck gets stronger and stronger, and this card will get stronger and stronger as the game goes on. So I like to put him in. But again, don't forget, if you've got better cards or you want to try something a little bit different, then do swap them around. Oh, I don't want a game. Let's get rid of that. Okay, there we go. Aki and Saltfish. Another one similar to the Cloud or the Flying Cloud. 4 for 0. On the return, this card gains 70 permanently. So again, he's going to get stronger as the game goes on. But don't forget, if you have got a better pink card or you fancy trying something different, do put that one in. Okay, what colour should we go for next? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put by first received. So these should be the first cards I ever got when I first started playing the game. And my choices here would be Martin Luther King Jr. He's a great card. I think you'll get him on the very first day for sure. And another really good one is Kumoto Castle. Your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 18 this turn. Either or if you've got a better history card, stick that in. But I'm going to go with Martin Luther. What should we do next? Let's do this one. And again, I've got them in order I got them, and I love Hulk. That was one of my favourite cards when I started. An opponent's random card in hand loses minus 70 until played. Quite expensive to play if you look at that blue number, 9 for 45, but he is a good card. Again, if you've got a better space card, swap him out for the one that you preferred. Look for cards that buff up science as well. They are always quite good if you've got any of them. But don't be scared to try different things. As long as you've got those 10 game developer cards in, you have got yourself a really good starting deck. So paleontology, there's so many choices on here. I normally go with woolly mammoth when I was first starting because he's a big hitting powerful card. Didn't get him right at the beginning, but there's so many cards, and if I remember, he's only a legendary. Let's keep looking. But again, you can pick any of these that are going to help your deck and do something for you, like something where you get points on the play, maybe a little bit of extra energy. There we go, the Columbian Mammoth. On the draw, if your deck has 2 or more history cards, which it doesn't, this card would lose minus 40 power until play, but 8 for 120. Really powerful card, so definitely worth putting in. Almost as good as Dragon. And the last one, what's missing? What album have we not done? Oh, the bug. We have to do the bug. So the Life on Land, you do need a bug one. So go to Life on Land, go to bugs, and here we go, bugs. And I've got them by first received. And again, you've got quite a few choices here. Lots of these you'll get straight away. But there is one I would recommend, and it's one that does a lot of permanent damage. It's an ant. Where is he? He's quite easy to get. He's not a difficult card. Whoops. What am I doing there? Let's do it by rarity. Where are you, Mr. Ant? I should just do it for Ant. But yeah, you can pick any of these. Don't forget, you do need a green bug. So make sure you put the bug in. Otherwise, that game dev card will not work. There we go. The Driver Ant. An opponent's card in hand loses minus 2 permanently, or all your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 2 permanently on the draw. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand lose -3 permanently, and on the return, your opponent's remaining cards in hand lose -4 permanently. Really good card. I do like that one. He's only an epic card, so you should have no problem getting that card. Okay, so there is the deck. Let's save it. Let's give it a name. What should we call it? First deck? How about that? My first ever deck. Well, I wish this deck had been available when I first started playing. You should rock and roll with this deck. And I would recommend playing it in casual. I'll put the deck up on the left. I'm not going to give you the deck code because it's good to practice yourself to build this deck. So there's high energy, medium and low energy. Let's go for the high energy casual so you have no problem, and you will find this deck get stronger and stronger as the game goes on. And unless you run into another new player that's playing something similar, I think you will win every single game you play. Freshy Frog, you'll see him quite a lot, and you should beat him quite a lot. Good old Fresh Frog, brings back memories. Okay, so not too much to remember with this deck really on playing the cards. Just do read them to see if you think it's worth playing or not. And like I said, the cards that have got start on them are probably worth holding, like that producer one there. Let's get the driver and the artiste round. So we've already scored 170, and old Fresh Frog is not doing too good. So when you got a start card, if you're holding another game dev card, it's going to get some extra points. See, 10 on those 2 green cards there. And there is Hulk and Woolly Mammoth. They're quite nice cards to get round. And there we go. That's a good one. True 08 Animator. And already we're extending the lead, Mr. Fresh Frog. So yeah, this is a really good deck. I would recommend trying a little bit of time to build this deck because, like I said, it's going to take you a long way. If you click on that little book, by the way, you can scroll back that little L in the bottom right hand corner, like I did there. You can scroll down and have a look at what you've played. You can click on your avatar and you can get a couple of little chat emojis. It's always a little bit of good fun. Let's keep going here. Like I said, really, this deck is quite straightforward. If you do read the cards, they do explain themselves quite easily. And the only tactic really is probably to hold the 2 green start cards and then play them towards the end of the game when you think you're going to win. So we won that round up by 276 points. Really good. So from March, when this pack is available in the store, I don't know why they're waiting till March for it. There's that Flying Cloud. Let's get him round. And Martin Luther, I maybe should have gone with the Castle one, actually. It's a little bit stronger, but they're both good cards. Yeah, so in March, you'll be able to go straight to that pack and spend all your coins on this, and you should be able to build it within a few minutes, to be honest, if you're lucky. You only need these 4, 8, 12 cards, 12 game developer cards. I've just muted Fresh Frog there, but if you're clicking on here's the little icon, you can mute him in case you don't want to listen to people taunting you. But this deck will carry you for a long time, and you can tweet it as well for most of the leagues as well. So if you do fancy going into the league with this deck, then maybe take out, depending on what the league rules are, you can maybe take out Hulk and Mammoth. They're quite expensive cards, and replace them with something a little bit cheaper to play, a little bit cheaper or a lower blue number. And you should be able to play this deck in most leagues as well. So like I said, for a new player, if you're in the first week, even the first month, even the first day, maybe even the first 6 months, if you keep tweaking this deck, keep changing those coloured cards, that blue one, the pink one, the other bluey pink one, and the yellow one, the green one, and the orange one, or the bottom 6 cards on the left there, and keep adding cards that are going to make this deck even stronger. This deck, though, is great for a new player. Look how powerful those cards are already. You're 2-0 up, or I'm 2-0 up, we're 2-0 up, and look at that, 349, and we didn't even play our big game dev cards. I think we should play them shortly, don't you? Finish old Freshy Frog off. We got 175 lead. I do like that Aki and Saltfish, though. That does get stronger. He's only worth 4 for 70, but look, play him now. He will get himself another 70. So by the end, if you do get to the end, he'll be 4 for 140 if you get him round a few times. But even with Aki and Saltfish 525. Okay, let's just play our 3 biggest cards. We don't need to hold those cards any longer. This game is finished. Don't forget, there's no mythics, no limited legendaries, nothing hard in this deck at all. Martin Luther King's probably the rarest card, and you're going to get him on your first day, I would imagine. And there we go, 588. Brilliant score. Well played, Fresh Frog. And what a cool new player first deck. I hope that helps you out if you are a new player. It can be a little bit daunting, but if you do follow the video, do follow this deck, try and build this one, or do check out some of our other new player first decks. We are slowly doing quite a few. There's some really good ones out there, but this one I wanted to do quite quickly because probably it is the best deck for you to try and build. At the moment, things do change. Also, if you're looking for a referral code, check these ones out on the screen. Put them in as your friend referral. You will get yourself a load of free stuff from Games for Dads. Okay, thanks for watching. Do check this cool animation. My youngest son made this. I have no idea how he did it, but it is super cool. Here he comes. Games for Dad. Dad of the goat. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.